here is where I'm really worried. So, by the way, Nyla's here, and she still has the unlock staff, which is kind of funny. But yeah, Vola can talk to her. I think I'll take care of that now, because there will be more Grail Mercenaries spawning here next turn. Oh boy, I shouldn't have had her equipping Grey Render at the end of the last map. That's not good. That's really, really not good. They're pretty evenly matched overall, but... And also, that will mean that that's in Ike's range. Oh yeah, Ike must start moving next turn. The thing that I'm really worried about, though, is Rolf. So, I don't usually train Rolf or have him 3rd tier by now, and Rolf is very hard to run from when he has 3 range. And plus, in his 3rd tier, he is incredibly powerful. And, yeesh, okay, I can double and probably kill Rolf with Edward. I said probably. I need to get a little bit lucky with crits and or Astra in order to do this. Or Adept, but here's the really, really unfortunate thing. Yeah! Biorhythm plus Authority Stars, this is not good. I kind of like to force Mia to use a ranged weapon. The problem with that is that I can't do that without getting into Rolf's range, and Rolf is going to kill me unless I kill him first. I can take out Rolf with Edward pretty easily, but... And I might also need Edward on hand to beat Ike later if it comes to that, because I kind of want to show what happens if you beat Ike, because it's sort of interesting. Okay, I'll just battle save here. And considering that I can just reload my battle save if I get unlucky, I probably shouldn't be worrying too much about what happens this turn. I think I will... Yeah, there's no way that... That is as far as Rolf can go, so... Well, let me just check something. That should be within Micaiah's physic range. And just in case, I'll equip the Tempest Blade. Just in case someone range can get to him. Please tell me that is. Yes, that is in range. I mean, I could try and lure Mia into sleep range if I really wanted to, but that's a bit cheap. Oh, I wish I could get you to move and have Nolan take your place. I sort of want that right now. I think Soth is still safe here. And after doing this, Volug needs to run. By this, I mean talking to Nyla. You can probably guess who's going to spawn from that other point. Wow, really? His defense is still not great for a general, though, so I prefer Gatry a lot. So here we go. I'm putting the Ancient Tongue translation up on screen now, but what's interesting about this is that it doesn't actually mention the Blood Pact. It just says the king was tricked into cooperating with the Senate. And that's all you get from there. Volug actually has dialogue with Raphael as well, but the chances of Nyla actually being defeated here... Actually, let me just check something. Okay, Nyla dying is not a game over. But yeah, the chances of her actually being defeated here is extremely low, especially since she is a green unit who the Grail Mercenaries will not attack, so... In fact, I think it's impossible for her to be defeated here. But, yeah, Volug does have dialogue with Raphael, and it's kind of the same thing, but not entirely. Still pretty interesting that they actually took that into account. Kind of reminds me of the Black Knight back in 1.9. He actually does have death quotes, even though it's impossible for him to die in that chapter, unless you're hacking and buff the enemy's stats to ridiculous levels. Oh boy. This turn is not what I'm worried about. It's next turn that I'm really worried about. And yeah, by the way, this is what this guy is most infamous for. When his ballista runs out of ammo, he will jump down and fight the enemies himself. He actually did pretty well in this playthrough. He normally doesn't do that well for me. And yeah, Mist will actually run and try and attack you. If she's trained, she could... Mia's... Oh boy, that's actually not good. And yep, there's Shinnon, and there's Gatry, and there's someone who's probably not going to be relevant. Oh, crap. Okay then. This is kind of bad. By the way, let me just show you something. There's a very good boss conversation for this, but you know what? I might as well battle save and show it. So, this is obviously a game over, but just to show the dialogue. So we don't actually get a boss theme for Ike here if you're attacking him on your phase, but he has his own boss theme if he fights you on the enemy phase, and it's actually something kind of unique. Anyway, I'm going to restart now, obviously. The music that played in that conversation is once again the Goddess's Rebuke. That song, you also heard it if you fight Micaiah in 3.7. And here is one of your last opportunities to hear that song. It won't actually unlock in the sound room unless... That's somewhat smart if you equip your crossbow so you can counter me. Interesting. Oh crap though. So if I don't equip a ranged weapon, Mia is going to destroy me. But if I do equip a ranged weapon, I have terrible accuracy against Rolf. That is a dilemma. Also, plus, this chapter is actually over this turn anyway, so... I kind of need to do this. Unless I try and... Actually, getting Edward to Mia is a bit of a problem at this point, I just realized. Wow, even relatively untrained Void has a 60s hit rate against 3rd tier Edward because stupid biorhythm, ugh. Oh, by the way, this is why I gave Jill the hammer. So, Gatry and Shinnen are here. They have the exact same stats they did when they were on your side. And actually, Shinnen might be a bit of a threat to me, even untrained. Maybe not, though. I'm not even doubling, though. I probably have to bank on getting an enemy instantly die skill against Gatry. Well, enemy is instantly defeated for Gatry because he won't actually die here. Come on, stun. I want to take down at least one Grail Mercenary. Kind of saw that coming. And here's why I had the battle save, because if Gatry gets Lunar on the enemy phase, he's going to attack me from range anyway. But yeah, I'm dead if he gets Lunar on the enemy phase. And now Bold just has to run away. Yeah, the difficulty of this chapter depends entirely on how trained the Grail Mercenaries are, meaning that the chapter, you can have a lot of different experiences in this chapter depending on who you've trained and how. For example, I don't usually have both Rolf and Mia 3rd tier here, and that's kind of why I wanted Goodbye Rolf. And also cancel. Well, maybe Goodbye Rolf, he could dodge, and let's see, nope, he's down. That's really what I wanted to happen against Mia, though. Because unfortunately, it's going to be hard to actually get my Destined Duel in. That's all we have to say. But yes, Ike is now out of Soren's support range, and if you want to... Not quite in range from the fly to put to sleep from there, but let's see if I have it from here. This is by far the easiest way to handle Ike in this chapter, is to put him to sleep. Even though he's incredibly powerful, his Achilles heel has always been his resistance, and if you put Ike to sleep, there's really not much he can do against you. If sleep misses, though, you're kind of doomed. Now, I would actually have someone drop down and fight Ranulph if I could, because if it weren't for the fact that Mia would eviscerate them. Yeah, she's going to really eviscerate them. And she's probably going to attack this guy, knowing her. Well, more knowing the AI. Because Ranulph's defeat quote in this chapter is amazing. If I don't show it now, I'll probably reload the battle save and show it, because it's great. there's not much else I can really do here. Because obviously I don't want Nolan to be in range of Mia, because he will die very, very horribly. Or I could try and have Nolan attack Ike. Nope. And even that, no. Yeah. I really hope there's some way that I can get Mia to cooperate, because I really want to show a duel between those two. Okay then. Oh, those who have an A support in this file, that's working against me. Who saw that coming? Probably everyone. Oh, at least you're not shooting Miss. That would have been really terrible. You know, it would have been kind of fitting if Soren got killed by a ballista in this chapter. Not really sure what Miss is doing, but oh well. And that was to be expected. I really should have used a ranged weapon. Yeah, these guys are powerful. Good dodge there, though. Well, Mia attacked him, but from range. And he's dead. Well, that's round 1 to Mia. So, okay, yeah, already lost 1 round of this, and I hate bad biorhythm so much. I'm gonna have to get really lucky to beat Rolf with this, but I need to equip a ranged weapon, otherwise there's no way Edward's gonna be able to fight Mia on fair terms at all. Ow. That was kind of to be expected. And now Edward will probably die to Rolf. The sleep staff in this map really exists for the sake of deterring Ike, and potentially other Grail mercenaries. That was a ridiculously good level up, which means that I'm almost certainly going to have Edward die in this attempt. Speaking of die, let's see. This is why I brought the hammer, by the way, but I actually need stun to take down Gatry here. And if he Lunas, I'm dead. Well, did not get stun. He's probably going to Luna, isn't he? Yep, Jill is dead. No questions asked, Jill is dead. This is why I battle save, by the way. A lot of luck involved with these skills. Okay, first thing I'm doing here is to put Ike to sleep. That tends to be the best way to deal with him in this chapter. Really? Really? I guess I'll keep going just in case Edward gets really lucky and actually wins the duel in this attempt. And I need to get very, very lucky to beat Rolf here. Okay, a death cancel's not bad. Wow, okay, that was super lucky. It was 349s hitting. Now the real quote-unquote fun begins. Those are all stats that will help him. I am in best biorhythm though, that is an increased... Oh yeah, because biorhythm affects skills too. Oh, that's actually really bad, because that means Mia has an extra 10% chance of triggering Adept, and Cancel, and Astra. This is crazy, but everything I'm doing in this attempt is crazy anyway, so I might as well go for it. Thankfully, Ranulph isn't transformed. Is Gage going to go for Luna, or is he going to actually... It'd really suck if the AI knew when they'd activate skills, but I don't think they do. Okay, Aaron, your high defense had better hold out here. Yeah, Aaron's fine, ignition and crits. I don't think... Yeah, Aaron... Shinnen's speed's exactly equal to Aaron, so he's not going to get doubled. I still wish the Grail mercenaries had their own battle music. I know Ike does, but the rest of them don't. Of course he'd attack at close range to use Luna. Oh, that's not good. He's probably going to Luna anyway. Yep, Aaron's dead. I'm going to keep going just in case Edward wins against Mia by some chance. Oh, by the way, Aaron's death quote's actually really good. That's the closest I guess to saying you won't get any sympathy from me in this game, by the way. And I love how Ike's battle dialogue is just saying, like, why would you try and attack... Oh boy, she actually did attack him close up. No crit, though. There's no way Edward's winning this. He didn't die, though. That's something. They are trying to get their skills. They are really going for those skills, aren't they? Come on, Edward. You can take down one of them, at least. Well, you took down Titania. This is obviously not canon, though, because Aaron died. Titania's defeat quote here is great. And please don't die to Oscar. Even though your hit rate against him is awful. That was pretty unlikely. I guess Edward's claimed a few KOs in this one. I wouldn't really call this good tactics, seeing as Aaron died. Oh, this would have counted as a successful attempt if... Well, I did not expect Boyd to be the one to take down Edward. Stupid Authority Stars and Biorhythm. Seriously, untrained Boyd, or at least very vaguely trained Boyd, having that much hit rate against third tier Edward is just dumb. Also, like, last time I tried to have Aaron go down here, I'm not going to do that this time, because Gatry attacked him in melee and got Luna, which was not good. Even though my chances of beating Mia are extremely tiny, and in fact, my chances of beating Rolf are extremely tiny as well, because of that... Oh no. I have to reset this anyway, because the Tempest Blade's gone. Well, at least I didn't get Corrosion that time. Okay, that's probably going to end badly. Huh, okay. Yeah, I love when the flip attack is the one that KOs them. I actually can put Nolan in support range of Edward without... Oh, but then Titania attacks Nolan, which could end badly. However, I might need the support. And I need to use the Tomahawk, because otherwise they'll just go for range attacks on me. Okay, Titania, please don't get Soul. That's probably too much to ask. Oh, Niall! You can't get Soul anyway. Well, how did I forget about that? Yikes, though. Nolan is looking a bit fragile here. I don't... Oh, if he gets hit by Oscar and then Boyd, though, he's probably going to die. Let's see how this plays out. Thought you'd do that. And Boyd's probably going to go for you too. Nolan, I would like you to dodge this. Well, you've got a reasonable chance of... Nice one Vantage, but I don't think that'll help. You've got a reasonable chance of dodging this? Good, although I feel like Boyd might still kill you. Boyd hits very hard. And Nolan's defense is not the greatest thing in the world. However, none of that's going to matter because Mia's probably just going to destroy Edward. We'll see. I do have a... Or she could ignore him entirely. Well, better you than Edward, I guess. Okay, if nobody dies here... And Nolan could very easily die here, because Boyd, like I said, hits very hard, and he's in, Oh, no, he doesn't kill Nolan. Okay. So, if no one... Oh, that would have been a good way to end this. If no one dies here... Oh, crap! Someone's gonna die here. I forgot about Ranulph's transform gauge. I'm sorry, Soth is dead. Oh, that was almost perfect. Yeah, Soth's dead. He's dead. He's super... 1% critical, really? Okay, this time, Soth is running away. Oh well, can you at least get stun on Gatry this run? Because you've never done that yet. Yes, you did do that. Okay, so that's only across... I've lost count of the number of attempts so far, but Gatry has only been defeated once. So Gatry actually has the best track record here. Besides Mia, who, let's be honest, there's no way that I'm beating Mia in this. Oh, wait, no. Who am I kidding? Nolan's dead now. Because Nolan immediately dies to Rolf. I found that out in practice. I mean, he at least can't get Deadeye, but there's no way Nolan is doing this, because Nolan doesn't even have Cancel. If Nolan had Cancel, he could potentially survive, but nope, he's dead. Oh, wait, no. Nolan gained just enough speed to not get doubled. Nice. Except Titania's going to kill Nolan now. Because, yeah, there's no way Nolan's surviving that and Titania. And Boyd. And, Oscar. Yeah, this is probably Nolan dead. Unless he gets extremely lucky. Well, he got extremely lucky. Can't double in return, though. One damage over his HP. Yep, thought so. Wait, how did he suddenly have max? I'm sure cats don't gain 10 to the gauge per turn. I think I'll see how this goes, though. It went poorly! She needs to crit and then Geisha needs to hit for Jill to be in resolve. However, Nolan's probably... Oh yeah, that's a support. Nolan's definitely dead. If he gets hits. Which he did. Not bad. That's decent. I really don't have to go for Gatry versus Jill. I might as well not do that. Because I'd be happy if this level up on Edward ends up actually counting. I haven't tried to go for beating Shinnon. Of course, now you get a critical. Haven't actually tried to beat Shinnon yet, though. Not that I really need to. And everyone else, this should be fine. Okay, moment of truth time. It's really just a matter of does Nolan die at this point. And if Titania misses, Nolan usually survives. She did not. Crap. Okay, Nolan now needs to dodge both Oscar and Boyd. That's not going to help you at all. Okay, if you dodge this, you're fine. But that 41 has a deceptively high chance of hitting. And this is not going to help you because you don't have cancel or anything like that. Okay, I think Nolan's safe. And Oscar's down. Not like that really matters. I was about to say, did Mia seriously not kill something this attempt? And then, of course she did, because she's Mia. I'm pretty sure Nolan's fine here. Yeah, he doesn't have a chance of critting, he's fine. But Boyd's not going down. They were content to have a missing fight. Now, Oh, you could get rend. I forgot about that. I'm dumb. I should have had you retreat. Because you're going to get rend, aren't you? Okay, moment of truth time. If Ranulph gets ran on his second attack, I fail this. But if he doesn't, I've at least got a successful run of 313. He's gonna get ran though, isn't he? No, he didn't get ran. Okay then. And my cat just meowed right when that happened, which is kind of fitting. And that's chapter over. One of the few times that we actually get this full dialogue sequence on a map. Okay, I just want to show Ranulph's defeat quote here because it's amazing. And I promised that I'd show it. Don't think that's enough, so I might actually need to have someone else fight him first. There's no special dialogue for soft fighting Ranulph, which is interesting. That's enough. Here we go, this should do it. And that's why I wanted to show this defeat quote. And that's basically all. Now to probably restart this chapter to try and show a duel between Edward and Mia, which likely won't end well. Okay, this could potentially end really, really badly, but Edward is in Wrath here. So that might give him the best chance of facing Mia, even though his hit rate is still not very good. But really, if Mia gets a hit in him, he's probably going to be dead anyway, so let's go for it. Okay, 1, I forgot animations, and 2, Vantage. Well, that was a disaster. Okay, animations on this time. Let's just hope he doesn't get Vantage killed again. Oh, that's bad. Well, Edward actually got 1 win. That wasn't nearly as epic of a duel as I'd hoped for, though. You know, that actually is kind of like one of her quotes in Heroes. Also, Mia literally means this. You'll see. Okay, so this time, I'm going for a full HP duel, though I'm going to have Nolan in support range, just because, to kind of mitigate biorhythm a little bit. Anyway, I don't see this going particularly well, but I'm hoping for 1 Astro on either side. Okay, that was pretty one-sided, and I would just wait this turn out, but I'm pretty sure Mia's gonna go for Nolan. Or that could happen. Oh wait, no, Nolan's gonna be dead anyway. Because that happened. Oh, here's Ike's enemy phase battle theme, by the way. We will actually be hearing that song later in the game. Or not. Yeah, he's probably gone. Yes, he's definitely gone. And Karmic Cancel. Okay, this only happened because Edward gained 1 point of speed, which is just enough to double Ike. Now, the chance of me actually getting him here is still extremely low, but Edward is in Wrath, so I'm gonna go for it. Yeah, Ike and Soren support's really gonna put a damper on this. But if this works, it's gonna be extremely cool. Oh, that was the worst possible outcome. You couldn't have got Adept or Astra on either of them? Oh, freaking finally! So, I'm kind of mad at the moment, and it's not because that took over 30 attempts, but more because I got a perfect fight on attempt number 3, and I didn't have battle animations turned on. Oh, I forgot the bloody animations! Oh, of course! Of course it would happen when I forget animations. Also, across every single attempt, I didn't even get a single Astra. Not once. But this is what happens if you defeat Ike in this chapter. So yes, even if you beat Ike, he still wins. Okay. I'm really sorry, Mist, but I'm going for showing every Grail Mercenary defeated at least once. So, I have to do this. Well, at least you survived a hit from Nolan's all-annihilating crossbow of doom. Okay, so now I just have Soren, Shinnen, and Rice left. Unfortunately, Soren's currently equipping a Thunder Tome, and even though he's out of Ike's support range, he still has a stupidly high evade rate for some reason. Even though his luck is terrible, that's kind of weird. I think I'll go for Shinnen first. Wow, he's still pretty tough to take down, and he isn't even 3rd tier. But that'll do it. Okay, so that Shinnen crossed off the list. Also, Shinnen's defeat quote is actually pretty funny. Yeah, sure, that's why you're retreating, and not because you are bleeding everywhere. And well, this is kind of a no contest. But I have to show everyone defeated at least once. And his defeat quotes are very generic. And I believe I have to restart because there's no way I'm beating Soren at this point. Well, this isn't gonna go well. Thought so. And that went even worse than I thought it would. Oh, Aaron survived because Flare is actually a pretty terrible mastery skill. Yeah, all it does is negate resistance. It doesn't actually triple damage. If they both hit, Soren goes down, but that's kind of unlikely. I actually feel like my best shot at this is to let Soren attack me first, and then go for... Actually, wait, no. Even one hit from that won't put Jill in Resolve, so I actually have to hit with both Aaron and Jill in the same turn. I think that's the only way I can do this. Unless I, like, pray for Resolve activating with, Shinnen and Gatry or something like that. Actually, if Soren gets Flare, that does put Jill into Resolve, but I suppose it's, pretty much all pointless now. Okay, now I just need Soren to not flare. Good, that is resolved. So I've got a decent shot at this. And I did it, okay. That is every one of the Grail Mercenaries defeated at least once. And this level up means nothing, but let's see what it is anyway. Actually, pretty good. So, whatever you do, your defenses get broken in this chapter. The hilarious thing is, if you actually beat Ike, Ike is not even phased. All that happens is Titania just says, Ike, our forces have broken through their other wall, and then Ike's like, good, I'm gonna head over there now. So, even if you defeat Ike in this map, he still wins. That just shows how overpowered Ike is in both the story and the gameplay sense in Radiant Dawn. So, we have to retreat now. I mean, who wouldn't after having to deal with all that? So, this scene that's about to happen is almost entirely different in the English version. In the Japanese version, Micaiah at this point fully gave into despair. She was just like, this is it, Daeon's doomed, the blood pact will trigger, and we're all gonna die. But in the English version, she's still looking for a solution. And then Sov points this out. Now, the interesting thing about this is, just like the change to the Black Knight survival, this is based on a detail that still existed even in the Japanese version. In that last scene, Almeida definitely recognized the blood pacts, and that was true even in the Japanese version. So the whole Almeida holds the key thing was always true. They just make Micaiah and Soth a little bit more proactive about realizing that in this version of the script. There is actually a fairly nice Micaiah and Soth moment here that's only in the extended script though, where Micaiah actually tells Yune to fly away because it's too dangerous, and for the first time in her life, Yune actually leaves and doesn't come back to her. And there's a brief moment where they reflect on that, but then Micaiah just says, I have you, Soth, and that's all I need. This was hinted at earlier and in Path of Radiance. That's not good. Lagoos are particularly sensitive to chaos, and if they're all going berserk at once, maybe a Screamer could knock some sense into them. Everyone is joining this fight right now. I believe this is the first time in the entire duology you see a transformed Black Dragon. Also, that animation is taken directly from the opening movie, so now you know where that comes from. It's a little ironic that they're talking about this particular Black Dragon this way, because we'll see later that this character doesn't exactly measure up in gameplay. That, my girl, was a dragon. I think it's pretty obvious who his sister is by now. It was hinted at all the way back in part 1. Oh, don't worry, we're all confused right now. Also, she's on the completely wrong side of the map. I love how Nala just dodges past everything. Finally, she and Raphael have got to Micaiah. So a heck of a lot of stuff just happened all at once. Yeah, if it was actually the Dragon King, we would be even more screwed, but he doesn't really move, so... Okay, so Ranulph was at that meeting. Actually, one of the cats in the cutscene is very obviously him. Yeah, he's like the equivalent of a late teenager by Dragon standards, but he's probably at least several hundred years old. Yeah, that's the problem. Micaiah's forced to choose war. Yeah, does Ina know about that? Elincia certainly doesn't. And yes, the blue flame. In the Japanese version, this term was a lot more significant because Path of Radiance's Japanese name is the Trail of Blue Flames. Although, I kind of like how they localize this, though. Radiates. They at least get the localized version of this whole thing into it via that term. And yeah, that being mentioned, or, as the glossary in the American version says, the Heart of Fire, because nobody bothered to proofread the glossary. Unfortunately, Micaiah has no idea what this whole Medallion and Dark God business is. That's not good. You know, part of me wonders if Micaiah really did know about that. Would the people of Dayan consider sacrificing themselves to the Blood Pact for the sake of ending the war if it meant the Dark God wasn't released? Just something to consider. It's not like that ever actually comes up, but it's just something that I like to think about. I find it really weird they're bringing this up now of all times, because this plot point that they're kind of discussing, it doesn't actually become relevant until late part 4. It's not relevant at all to the conflict of what's been going on now, so really weird. And especially at the very end of all of these scenes. this thing in particular. I'll just say, you might want to forget about this for now. It's not going to be relevant in Part 3. Yeah, I'm still not sure why they put this scene here of all times. Oh, and this is why Joffrey isn't playable for the rest of Part 3, by the way, which means his availability is horrendous. They have swords. It's not dangerous for them to go alone. Actually, there's something interesting about those two being technically in Ike's army for this chapter. We're getting a little bit of bonus experience, I guess, but yeah. That is 313 over. But anyway, it'll be time for 3 Endgame. And that's when things, well, when everything comes to a head. See you then.